Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Monkeying Around Reviews. Now in the past we've talked about the Broadlink RM Pro, and I really love this remote. But I have a Roku, and it uses a Wi-Fi direct remote control, which the RM Pro does not use. But the Roku does use an IR remote that it doesn't come with. So I'm going to show you how to get the Broadlink to work with the Roku without actually having a remote control. So you'll need both pieces of software that Broadlink makes. You'll need Intelligent Home Center and eControl. So what we've done is I've come into Intelligent Home Center. Here's the RM Pro here. And then I've created a TV and just called it Roku. So it hasn't been programmed and it has nothing going to work with the Roku in it yet. But what we're going to do is create a infrared remote inside of eControl and then go back and forth between the two pieces of software to do the programming. So the first thing we're going to do is go into eControl. Alright, so we're in eControl, and I don't know if you can see this on here. I actually have two Rokus created down here already. To go and create it, you're just going to hit the add a remote, choose your RM Pro, and then instead of choosing one of these options here, you're going to hit the search engine and then just type in Roku. Now there's a lot of choices in here. The one I have found that I like is the Lloyd one. So we'll choose Lloyd, which I've already done, so we'll just go back to it here. And it brings up a Roku remote. So now when you hit these buttons, as you can see in the back, the Roku is actually changing. Now this is all being done through the built-in infrared into the Broadlink going into the Roku that someone actually has already done the programming for with the infrared remote. So now that we have a working remote here, we can go in and program IHC to work with that infrared control so that the device that we're not going to name its name yet can do its control. So we're going to leave up the remote control here that actually works with the Roku, and we're going to switch over to IHC. We're going to choose the Roku remote that we created, and like I said, it is a TV remote. That way that the Broadlink will work with the voice controls a lot better, but nothing has been programmed. So we'll just start programming. So we'll hit the up button. This button has not been learned yet, so you learn it. We're going to switch back over to eControl, hit up. Switch back over to IHC, and it says it's learned it. So now we're going to hit up here, and it controlled it. So we hit yes. And now it wants us to do the down button. Down, back to IHC, hit down. It didn't go down. Let's try it again. It did work. So we hit yes. So we're just going to go through this and program all the buttons. Now we've programmed the controls that go up, down, left, right, and OK. So here's my down, my up, my right, my left, and my OK. So that all works. So now obviously this remote does not look like this remote. So you're going to have to pretty much choose some controls. Now the device that we're not going to name its name likes things like channel up and channel down and volume up and volume down. So things like that can be programmed in pretty easily. But like your home button, that doesn't work. So I'm going to program the home button to the power button. So when I would say turn the Roku on, it actually is hitting the home button, seeing how the Roku actually doesn't turn on and off. So I'm going to go through, program a few of these, and I'll come back and show you how it works. Okay, so I got everything programmed. I know I said to make Roku a TV inside of IHC, but I actually meant an STB or a set-top box because that gives you the menu button and the home button on here as well, which you don't get with a TV remote on the software. Now, all that being said, you do have to do a little bit of memorizationing to get the name we're not going to mention yet to work with this because it only knows standard TV controls. Channel up, channel down, volume up, volume down, mute and power. So even though you have your up, down, your OKs and all that programmed on here, it's not going to work with the voice control yet. I'm sure they're working on it. They're constantly upgrading the software. But what I've done for the Roku is channel up and down will go up and down. Volume up and down goes left and right. Mute is your OK button, and then power is your home button. So that gives you pretty much control of everything that you need in there. Now that being said, when you do volume up and down, it wants to do like 4 or 5 clicks. So since you're using that as left or right, you actually need to say volume up 1 or volume up 2, and it'll move it over that amount of steps. So we have it all programmed. I'm going to turn the camera over to the monitor so you can see what it does as I say the controls. Okay, so we're now looking at my TV with the Roku turned on, and we're going to use the name that we haven't mentioned yet to control the RM Pro with voice commands. And if you remember, I was saying that you can't say up, down, left, and right and OK, so we're using turn the channel up and down, volume up and down, and mute. So we'll just do Alexa, Roku channel down. Alexa, Roku channel up. Alexa, Roku volume up 2. Alexa, Roku channel down. Alexa, volume down 1. Alexa, volume down 1. Alexa, channel up. Now, as I said, there's no OK button that can be used, so I use the mute button. So I just say, Alexa, Roku mute. And we went in. And if we want to go home, Alexa, Roku power off. And there you have it, we're back home. So there you can see that we can actually control all of the Roku with the name we're not going to mention again now that we're done. And it works pretty smooth. You just have to remember what your controls are, since you can't actually say up, down, left, and right and OK. Hopefully, Broadlink's working on this. Like I said, they are doing a lot of changes to the software with the name we're not going to mention skill. They're also right now trying to get it to work in other countries. This right now, we are in America, so the skill here has been working for a while. Hopefully it'll be working anywhere that you can get the voice control to work. So once again, this is Monkey Around Reviews showing you how to get your Broadlink RM Pro to work with your Roku through the infrared system without the need of actually owning the infrared remote for the Roku. If you have any questions or comments, please ask below and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. And as always, make sure you subscribe.